Hello friends. By now we're all aware of the devastation that Japan has experienced. Um, I hope everyone has been praying for Japan and its people because they are suffering. Um, they have a nuclear issue right now at the time with a reactor. From what I understand, pumping seawater in there is the last resort. They did get some power, electricity, and they thought that that would be key to bringing it down in shutdown mode like they normally do, but apparently everything was damaged and messed up so much that they were unable to do it that way, and the only way left to try and cool everything is the pumping of the seawater. So that is the last solution. There is some leakage. There are some people that have been treated at the hospital. They are calling it low-level exposure, non-dangerous to humans. However, when you come in contact with the radiation, you're not getting a choice as to whether you get it or whether you don't. It's not like going to the hospital and having a CT scan and you're volunteering for a high dose so that you can get the test. This might be a low dose, but there's no volunteers that want to take it. They're just getting it. Now, if they're going to have a meltdown, which God, let's pray that they do not have complete meltdown. But if it does, I would think it would be prudent and logical to think that if it blows, it could domino into the rest of the reactors that were shut down, and it could be really a super bad accident. So please pray that they can get this reactor under control, because not only will people get radiated at high levels if it gets out into the atmosphere and the air, but it'll go into the atmosphere also, upper, and depending on the amount, it's probably be up there for a while, which leads me into the earthquake and the tsunami. I've been looking at something and thinking about it, and I believe that there's a little something to it. Now, this is a picture of the moon. Whenever I got off of work, I get off of work at midnight, rolling into the next new day. Thursday night, 12 a.m., rolling into Friday morning. Whenever I walked out to my pickup, the moon was huge. I mean very huge. In the northwest horizon, low in the horizon. Earlier, 4 hours earlier at 8 o'clock, I had seen it in the sky, and it was directly over my head from where I was out in the parking lot looking at it. It looked farther away by far, directly overhead. So I knew something was unusual because it had gotten so close and moved so quickly in 4 hours. So, but I had no idea that would, it'd be a series of events later on. So whenever I got home and saw that the earthquake and tsunami had happened, I started thinking, and then I found some data on this moon, and apparently it's going through a supermoon phase, at which some points it will be definitely closer to the Earth than quite some while. Apparently March the 19th, it's going to be full, I believe they said, and it will be the closest to the Earth that it has been since 1992. I think they approximate 222,000 miles. And when we think about the moon, we have to realize and understand that it does play a part in the high tide and the low tide. I also have found out some data that apparently the sun had been quite active that same day, and that we were being bombarded pretty well throughout that time window. And at the same time, Mr. Supermoon here was deciding to get a lot closer during that same time window. So I think we have to plug this idea into everything that we already know, that when the moon is coming close to the Earth and the sun is bombarding us at a high level more than normal, it causes bad things. I think it's not a coincidence. I think it plays right into everything that we've already discussed. And I think that we should all give credence to these two factors, the sun and the moon. They are powerful objects in their own way, and when they combine in certain ways together, the reaction is something that we don't really want to be in. And we play these other things into it, such as this, which we're back on the NASA website now, and I'd like to talk to you about this. We've already been looking at Elenin. We've already been looking at 2000 PN9. PN9 passed 10th, 11th, and 12th. 12th it's pulling away, but it was here, and it was close, as we know, during the same time frame that the moon was close and the sun was plowing us. March the 7th, we also had a pretty close flyby from 2011 EY11. That plays right into the same time frame and everything that we had talked about. If anybody out there can tell me that I'm wrong, this travel of Elenin, I do not remember it being so broken looking. As it's coming in, I don't remember it being this rough looking. I thought that in my prior videos that the diagram was more arced. The distance that it's plotted to be does not seem to be changed from what I can see on March the 15th. I even went to, we'll let it play, and we'll go to October the 16th, and I will speak while it is. But I thought that these areas here were more of a smooth turn, but what I see is point, 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 point. It is more a stop, look for traffic, stop, look for traffic, stop, look for traffic, and then turn. If I'm wrong and I saw it wrong, please let me know. But to me, it looks like it's changed slightly on the way it's getting here and the way it's going to go by. So I wanted everyone to be aware of that. Did FEMA know? We think they did. Was this what they were planning for? It may very well have been, but then it may not. They may know a lot more than what we're finding out, and we don't want to let up. You don't want to say everything's over, things are going to be fine now. This is not the time to do that. You still want to be careful. You still want to try to be as prepared as you can. As we can see, it pays to be prepared, because these people have nothing. They've been wiped out. peoples around there, they have no house, no food, no shelter, no car, no nothing. They're getting hungry. There's no water and food, power, and it's a difficult, desperate situation. So preparation does help if you can. You can't always. So that's why we suggest that if it's possible, stash you a couple of cases of bottled water or more, if that's all you can afford, just one or two, whatever you can afford that you feel prudent in doing and safe with. And I think everyone should pray to the Lord to give us all strength to make it through these difficult times that are going to be coming. It appears to be irrevocable, because we know these things have to happen for the Lord's word to fulfill, for Revelation to play out, for the final scenes to transpire, so that evil loses. Prayer may lessen, maybe he will lessen it slightly, but we can't get out of it. So we just try to understand it, prepare, and be ready. But you need to be not only ready with some water, and not only ready with some food and things that you may need, but you need to be ready spiritually also. If you're dirty in any way inside, you got something you haven't gotten rid of, get rid of it. Pray for forgiveness. Tell the Lord you're sorry, and get yourself washed clean in case something were to happen and you were to pass away. And then you will know that he will accept you because you've asked forgiveness and you're sorry and you became one with him. I do find this troubling the more I think about it, because we kind of don't pay attention that much to the moon, but I think that we should give some more attention to it. I too had seen a difference in the way it looked in my skies. I have seen videos by other people and my friends that have also seen a difference in the moon, and I think this is a factor in what helped to cause these events, was whatever's happening with the sun combined with the closeness of the moon and what it's doing now, and all these other things whizzing by us. It's just all laced together. It is all literally just pieces of a puzzle laced together that all interact together to bring all this stuff out. Now, if I can find out any more things as quickly as possible, you certainly know that I'll put it up here, and I'm going to try to find out some more things and bring them to your attention and help everybody. And I'm going to pray for everyone, and God bless you, and I'll be with you pretty soon here when I find out some more things. Good night.